Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments and Condos, and we're walking into 840 Judson number 1. This is a really terrific 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the front door kind of cuts the apartment in half, or hits the apartment squarely in the middle. If we turn to the left, we have the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. In front of us is what could be a small bedroom, an office, or a den. And then as we go down this way, we have both baths and 2 additional bedrooms. It's a terrific apartment. It's a historic building. It was built by the Wirtz family. We are going to our left, which is toward the living room. And you can see it's a really big living room. I believe we've sent you a floor plan, so I'm not going to guess at the size, but it's quite large. Beautiful hardwood floors. There's a decorative fireplace that I think was once upon a time a gas fireplace. The windows are facing Judson, which is facing east. The windows are newer, and you're looking out onto Judson. It's a very mellow view. From the windows, we look back, we see the fireplace in the middle of the room. Again, it's a very big room. You can see the hallway that we came down. And as I keep going to the right, you see the kitchen and the breakfast bar and the dining room as well. Again, the windows are facing east. The dining room is also a nice big room, easily do a 6 or an 8-person table. These guys are obviously moving, so it makes the apartment a little more difficult to see, but it's a very elegant building and a very elegant apartment. Dining room is a nice big room. Again, I'm not going to estimate the size because I believe we've sent you floor plans. The windows are also east facing and very nice. And if we look back from the far wall of the dining room, we start to get a very good look at the kitchen. And we come around and we see from here to the wall, it's got to be close to 30 feet or more, the far wall where the fireplace is. So it's a big space, a nice big open floor plan with contiguous space between the living room and the dining room. There is a walkway here to the kitchen, which is a little crowded, but I think I will go that way. A beautiful granite top to the what could be a breakfast bar, not quite a breakfast bar, but sort of a divider from the kitchen. Big stainless steel fridge, lots of storage, big closets on either end. And there's the freezer for the fridge. Beautiful granite countertop. And I say granite because I know these red spots to be garnets, having grown up a little north of the city in New York. Twin stainless steel sinks. This, I think, has a garbage disposal, which is really, really unusual. Let me just check. Yeah, you've got a garbage disposal. And you can see underneath it's super dry and able to be used. Really a lot of counter space, too. So a super usable kitchen. I'm going a little quickly because we have limited time. Stainless steel dishwasher. Stainless steel internals means it's going to be a little better insulation, a little quieter. And I'm going to go back and we're going to look at some of these cabinets and the other appliances. But it's really nicely laid out. And again, on either end you have this big closet. And here we have a chalkboard, which I think is super convenient. There's more storage above. So you really have an enormous amount of cabinet space. This is probably a 32-inch cabinet, maybe more. 4 shelves. The shelves are about 11 inches deep. Again, you have the beautiful rack. Nice backsplash all the way across. Granite down beneath, you have drawers. Underneath the drawers, you have deep cabinets. which are good for pots and pans, small appliances like Keurigs or other items. The stove has obviously been used, which we will have to clean, but it's a 5-burner stove. Very attractive stainless steel stove, and then on the inside, it again is full size. There are outlets on either side. Again, more counter space, another drawer where they use as spices. Underneath, maybe this is a little less crowded, so you get a better look at it. So it's big cabinet space. This is another 32 or 36-inch cabinet with 4 shelves, about 11 inches deep. Above the microwave is just open space, really. Oh, I guess we have a shelf there, so that's kind of nice. Let's see, have we seen the stove? Have we seen the microwave? We have not. Very nice looking microwave. Again, I'm sure it needs to be a little bit cleaned, but it's full size, and it will be, of course, spotless when you move in. The fridge I really like. It's a very nice looking fridge. It adds to the apartment. The top has got a lot of space, easy to figure out controls, like crisper drawers, an additional drawer for cold cuts or whatever, shelves on both sides, and I think this one is actually hooked up to water, so you can get cold water or ice. And it looks like you can get ice. That ice maker, if we go in, you can see the cubes on the side. Nice big freezer. And again, everything will be cleaned for you. On the other side, we have an outlet on either side of the sink. Lots of drawers. Well, that's not very easy to see. Again, the cabinets underneath are quite deep, so they hold a lot. Let's see if this drawer is a little easier. There we go. The sink, like I've already shown you, has a garbage disposal. Building has excellent water pressure. It was remodeled maybe about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more, but everything is really working well. So that, I feel like I rushed through that a little bit. But the main thing to pick up on is it's fairly large. You've got enormous cabinet space and beautiful appliances. Good counter space just on that side would be pretty good for a vintage apartment. But then you've got all of this on the other side. Beautiful dishwasher, stainless steel sink, very pretty kitchen. Also a big dining area and a very big living room with a bay, maybe more accurately said, a bow window. The fireplace is very pretty. As we walk out of the living room, we take our last look at the kitchen. There's the thermostat. You have central heat and central air. There is the front door. And this is technically the first bedroom. And it's a nice big room. You could easily get a queen size bed in here because it has the front doors on, and I'll try to show you this way, and you see the closet over in the corner. Because you have the French doors on it, most people use this as a den or an office or a study. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get into this closet very easily. Let's see if I do this. There we go. And the furniture that you see with the office stuff on it, that is theirs. There is a light fixture in there and a hanging bar. And I'll show you how that hanging bar works. But you not only have a shelf, but you can put hangers in those spaces that we see. This is at least 4 feet across, probably 5 feet across, and about 2 feet deep. So we'll put the chair back. Oh, this is poor camera work. Sorry about that. Looking across, though, you see it's really quite a nice sized room. It's probably 12 by 8.5 or 12 by 9. Again, easily big enough for a queen size bed. We come out, we see the front door. So we go in. That's the back door, and around, if we were to go to our right as by the back door, there's a big space and a big laundry room where the laundry and the HVAC is. It's terrific extra space. Before we go there, however, we'll take a look at the bath. They've done a nice job. They've cut venting into the bathroom to help keep it dry and clean. Ceramic tiles, which are super nice. Nice big vanity. I try to stay out of the videos, but you've got lighting right over the mirror, which is terrific. Tank toilet, nice tiling around the tub. The tub is newer, and I'm going to measure this for you, but you can see it's quite deep. So that's kind of cool, and I know the water pressure is good. I'm just going to, because it's occupied, you can see it's all the way to the hatch. And you can see it's really pouring out nicely and draining well. If we weren't a little pressed for time, whoops, I would check the shower for you, but it's not set up for that. The shower head, however, is probably about 6'5" in the air. So unless you're really tall, you're not going to have a problem. And then on the way out, we have the medicine cabinet and a linen cabinet, which is kind of cool. So it's really a well-designed, a very complete apartment. And again, we'll come back to that at the end. If we look back from where we came to our right, there's the living room. And as we go forward, we'll see both of the bedrooms. Before we get there, however, whoops, there's a nice entry closet, hooks, hanging bar on each side. And this, well, it's hard for me to get the camera in here, but you can see how the hangers work on that shelf that we saw in the other. It's probably about 3.5 feet long by maybe 15 inches wide. Still a very good closet. As we come down, we have the master bedroom, which is a nice big room. And, whoops, the second bedroom, there we go, second bedroom, which is also a very nice room. Now, again, this apartment doesn't show quite as well as it should because it is in moving condition. Beautiful hardwood floors. This window is facing north into the building next door. You can sort of see the coloration of the bricks next door. Hard for me to get there though right now. In fact, it's very hard for me to show this, but I do want to show you that you have a nice big closet and sort of a two-tier shelf system with a third tier that you can barely see. So you can hang, like you see how that hanger is, 3 tiers, and it's really an efficient use of space. Again, the closet is fairly long, probably 5 feet across, and not quite 2 feet wide. So let's see if I can get out and give you a better feel for this bedroom. The closet door, unfortunately, has got to stay open. Very prestigious degrees in the corner there, so that's kind of interesting. And as we come out of the second bedroom, we'll go into the master bedroom, which is large, could easily do a king-size bed, and a little easier to look at. The windows here, boy, I have to take a look here. So I got my directions crossed. This is facing north into the courtyard. The other is facing south into the brick building next to us. And the sidewalk would go right out into Judson. There is a bath in this bedroom before we get in there. I'll just try and show you the size of the room, which is quite large. It does have a ceiling fan. That's where we came from. And that is a very big closet that I'll show you right now. goes back quite a ways, and you can see it's got an organized closet system, which is really nice. And if we were to open this up, well, it's hard for me to do that actually, but you can see it's probably about 5 feet, again 5 feet long, with hanging on the bottom, hanging on the top, compartments for other items. It's just a very well organized, or could be a very well organized, closet system. In a big bedroom, which I'll try to give you a shot of here. In a very big bedroom, with a nice view, ceiling fan, and a full bath. And here we have another really nice bath. Well, it looks like I'm going to be in this video. So that's me. You see the lighting above each of the sinks. His and her sinks, the key to a successful relationship. Again, the water pressure is outstanding. And it's not like I come in here and check it before I take the video. I just know this is a superior building. So you do have another medicine cabinet. And again, you have outlets. Lots of storage here. So underneath you have cabinet space. That's dry and easy to use. Oh, a series of 3 drawers. This top one is a little shallow, but the other 2 are fairly deep. You have the second sink and more storage underneath. So it's really a well-organized apartment. You have just an enormous amount of storage here. And you can see the sink or the vanity area is marble or rock, granite, and very, very nice. Again, we have a shower here. Now this is a little tricky. That little system there, not easy to figure out the first time. So if I got it wrong, I would get the whole bathroom wet. So I'm not going to turn that on. But it's a very nice shower. Drain seat if you wanted that. And glass doors. There's also a fan in this, and you actually have a fan control there and a vent cut in to keep it clean. So this is a super nice building, very well organized, big bedroom, 2 other good sized bedrooms, lots of closet space, and it's in a terrific location. This is Judson in Maine, which is walkable to so many things. The lake, the trains, the grocery stores. Okay, let's get some perspective here. Whoops, there's the front door, living room, first bedroom, first bath, and across from the first bath is this back door and this area here. So if people have pets, I very often will see the cage or the litter box or something back in this area here. This room is a true laundry room. You see you have your electric panel in the back, which is super nice. The HVAC is right inside the door, and you have full-size laundry, which is just so hard to find. So again, I would say picture, if you will, painted and clean. The space would be really dynamic, and the apartment itself would be very, very, very pretty, elegant apartment. I'm just going to open the back door. If you went downstairs, it would be gated. You'd come out to the alley there, and parking is in the back of the building. I guess that was poor camera work. I apologize. We're going to lock that up again. One last look at the laundry room, which is so cool. Very hard to find like a laundry room in an apartment. Bedrooms, baths down there. One of the baths right in front of me. Third bedroom there. One last look as we come into the living room. Picture not moving condition. Just a beautiful apartment. Walk in a little bit. You'd have this big dining area, dining room, very nice kitchen, And I guess there's nothing more to say. I'm out of smart things to say. So it's back to the front door. Thanks for watching.